Knees and nothing else. Hey, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
It's perfectly synced.
Well, he said something that I don't know, made me think of that.
It might not be the first time we have sung as a warm up on the pod. I will say I did miss this.
I know, me too.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, hey, on that note, welcome back to Tales from the Service Industry. Tonight, I am with three great hosts. We are here with Liz.
Hi, team.
Ms. B.
Hey.
And Mike is returning with us from last season.
Hola, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome.
Woohoo.
I'm so happy to be here.
Great to be back.
I am too. Now, I know that we had said originally that we would be back in the middle of January, and we swung and missed that one.
Just by
month
30 or 40 days.
Yeah, by like 30 days or so.
Whatever.
Hey, whatever.
Who's counting?
Exactly. Unfortunately, life kind of got in the way of all of us and in the way of the podcast, but we are here and we are ready to tell some stories.
We have been compiling them, so...
Yeah.
I guess that's the positive side of being delayed on getting back to recording episodes. We are coming off of Valentine's Day, which always provides interesting stories.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, you mean National Singles Awareness Day?
Oh, that is painful, but yes.
Sorry, did that stab you in the chest or me?
I think that was both.
Okay. Fair enough.
Was right between the shoulder blades, maybe.
Ooh, backstab.
Yeah. A little half twist. Tonight we are powered by red wine again.
Yes.
Well, we're not sponsored by them, but we are powered by tonight. We've got Grand Cru's Pinot Noir, and we are about to start on Oak Farm Zinfandel. So if things go off the rails, please understand that is a byproduct of red wine.
I'm not complaining.
All right. So since we're talking about red wine, I know kind of the 30,000 foot of one of the stories. So let's do this. Liz, why don't you kick us off and share your story of boating?
Yes. So boating under the influence, a BUI. Oh. And I didn't know what that was until about a couple weeks ago. Okay. So as everyone knows, we have watercraft rentals at my property. We had a gentleman approach the desk and inquire about said boat rental. And we accommodated, of course. We did think it was kind of strange that he was going out alone. But it's like, okay, you're on vacation. You're at this luxury property. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if he's going to go meet people at a restaurant, just going to go stroll, like vibe out and have a great time on this boat for 3 hours.
Suspicious.
That was our first red flag. And we thought, okay, if the dude gets bored, he'll come back early. We'll credit him for the rental time that he didn't use. No problem. About an hour passes by, and I have used a boat repair company previously. The manager calls me on my cell. I was like, why is Gerardo calling me? He goes, hey, Liz, I have your boat here at the boatyard.
Oh, no.
I was like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking he has me confused with like another property, another boat he's repairing. And I say, I only have one boat out. Is it boat number 2? And he goes, yeah, and this guy is tanked.
Oh.
And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. He goes, Liz, like, he cannot operate this boat. Like, I took the keys out. You have to come and get him. Like, I don't know what to do.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, just keep him there, I guess. Restrain this man. Basically,
call the cops.
Well, I wanted to go and assess, like, what was really going on. So I call security. I'm like, guys, I just have a really serious situation that I need your director for. Can you tell me if he's on property? So I finally call a cell, and he's like, I'm on a call. Okay, bro, I need your help, like, right now. This guy crashed our boat at the boat repair place. Don't know what state he's in. Don't know what state the boat is in or the other boats that he crashed into. Ugh. And this really isn't their responsibility. Like, we have to get down there. And he's like, okay, I'll be right there. So I grab another dock guy who is huge, like 6'6", like freaking football center, ready to tackle anything.
Yep.
Like, if I need help, like, I'm going to bring the muscle with me. So we go down to the boatyard, and the gentleman is still sitting in the boat, and he's kind of just like leaning back, just chilling. Eyes look kind of glazed over, but I'm like, there's no alcohol in the boat at all.
Drugs.
I looked for powder.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he's just sitting there, like, not looking at anybody. And we're like, well, if we think he's drunk, like, we're going to call the cops.
Yeah.
So we call the cops. And we're kind of investigating and getting everyone else's story. And they're like, yeah, he crashed into this boat and crashed into a wall, apparently, at the boatyard. And thank goodness I've seen boats with much worse damage. It was minimal. But then this guy starts spouting off to the boat repair manager. Shut the F up. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not drunk. Like, you're restraining me. You're keeping me here. And he's yelling, like really yelling. So I look at the director of security. I go, dude, where are the cops? We're like, can we call him again? So calls dispatch again. And this guy's still raising his voice in the background. And they're not telling us what their time frame is. And he goes, I'm so sorry, but like, can you hear this man yelling in the background?
Oh my gosh.
Cussing up a storm, racial slurs to these people.
Oh.
Like, it's getting bad. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll be right there. And not like 5 minutes later, I have never seen like water sheriffs. What do you call them? Why am I blanking?
Oh my God, did they like roll up in a boat?
Harbor Patrol.
Harbor Patrol. Lights and sirens. Code 3.
On the water?
On the water.
Whoa. That's cool.
So that was cool. And it's awkward because you're like on a dock and like trying to figure out, where do I tie up? How do I get to this guy? So it was like a 10-minute process of them tying up their boats to get to his damaged boat that he is still being like blocked into.
Wait, so is he in the boat this whole time?
In the boat the whole time because he was so trash. They didn't want to get him out of the boat because the dock was very unstable. We were afraid he would fall in the water and drown.
Oh. I'm just picturing now Captain Jack Sparrow in this boat being like, yeah, I'm never getting out.
So Bill, to bring back...
What the hell accent was that?
I don't know.
I was trying to... No, it wasn't Captain
Definitely
Jack.
sounded Irish.
Well, he sounds Irish.
I don't know if that joke landed or not. But anyway, I'm thinking, I can't save this man if he falls in the water. Like, the man driving the boat is also a heavyset guy. I can't save him.
Well,
What am I going to do? Toss him one of those cheap orange life vests that have to be legally in every single vessel? That's all I could do. So I'm like, I'm not going to have a death happen in front of me. Like, yeah, keep the guy on the freaking boat.
Yeah.
So Harbor Patrol starts questioning him, and he's not really answering them, like glazed over. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, what is he on?
Yeah.
Did he have pills in his pocket? Like, what did he mix to get what is in front of me? Because it doesn't feel like just alcohol. So they finally get him off the boat, handcuff him right away.
Oh, awesome. Wait, so did they carry him off the boat? Like, then how did they get him on the dock and all that?
With assistance.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like linked arms, like, let's go, buddy. Let's get out of this boat. Handcuffed right away.
40 feet.
And they escort him to a nearby bench that is not on a dock and start questioning him. Sir, have you had anything to drink today? Can you tell us what happened? How'd you end up here? And the entire time, he thinks he's at the hotel.
What?
Yeah, he goes, I think I'm at a blah, 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 waterfront luxury property. Like, what are you saying to me? Okay, I guess I did have an accent. But we had to continuously say, like, sir, we're not there. I thought he saw other boats that looked the same. I was just like, oh, this is my stop. Let me pull in here. And, like, came in hot.
Yikes.
And then he starts spouting off to the cops.
Oh, boy.
I'm not drunk. Get away from me. And cuss word, cuss word, cuss word. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Meanwhile, at the hotel, other security agents are having to deal with his mother.
What? How old
is this
person?
guy?
42. So they finally tell the mother, like, look, this is where he is. You can go. We're not taking you there. That's all we can tell you. He's a grown man. He's an adult that made a decision.
Yep.
Or multiple decisions.
Multiple poor decisions.
Get it? Poor. So the mom comes to this boatyard, but she can't interact. Like, he's a full adult talking to police officers. And about every 3 minutes or so, he just spouting off. He's very high and low. Yell at everybody and then be mellow and be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Goodness gracious.
So come to find out, he did get arrested for a BUI, boating under the influence, which is essentially the same thing as a DUI.
You're operating a motor vehicle.
Which you, again, signed a liability agreement to, agreeing that you would be under the legal limit.
Yep.
So how much damage did he cause?
Well, the original quote to our vessel was about $8,000. Yeah.
Does he have to cover that?
Yes, but
The incidentals didn't go through.
Right. The
No,
$75 hold that it.
we tried. I estimated about $3,500 of damage at first, and we tried to run his credit card. Of course, it got declined.
Oh, of course. Huh.
Yeah.
So he was on pain pills.
Yeah.
And
And his
probably mixed.
mother was caring for him.
Not very well.
But she wasn't on the hotel reservation. It was only his name.
Obviously, she rented him a boat. She's helping him.
But her thing was, why did you rent him a boat? He's on meds. He's not in the right mind. And we're like,
How would we know that?
ma'am, he's a full-grown adult. Like, he filled out the paperwork. Perfect penmanship.
Wow.
So I'm like, did you pop a pill and then think, I'm going to go on a boat ride?
Some of that stuff takes a while to kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah, approximately 30 minutes to an hour, because that's all he lasted on the rental.
Oh my God. Wow.
So he was unfortunately taken away to jail.
Makes sense.
She had to bail him out.
Newport jail.
She had to bail him out the morning after.
Nice white cushions. With a martini.
Refreshments.
Yeah.
Room service in the cells.
No one's offered me a water yet.
This is getting 2 stars.
Steam towels.
Sorry. Go on.
So then she came back to us and said, I can't afford this. I'm taking care of my son. He shouldn't have ever rented the boat in the first place. So she did end up working with us. I say the damage was $8,000, but that's basically fix this whole entire piece of the boat instead of patch it. That's replace this whole thing on the boat instead of, nah, you can bend that back. So we agreed on a price, and, I told our accounting team and our management team. So yeah, first experience for me, a boating under the influence arrest.
Wow.
It's kind of fun to have people hooked at your property, though, right? Watch them go out in handcuffs.
Dude, it was so cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was a crazy, crazy thing I've never had to deal with. But nope, it's no one's fault but his. Made a bad decision.
Oh my gosh.
Or his mother left him out of her sight.
42-year-old man, you never know.
Yeah,
Gotta keep him under watch.
Mom probably should have cut him free many more years ahead of 42.
Oh my gosh, that's so wild.
But yeah, that's my crazy story that I've had the last couple weeks.
I think that's one of the things of our industry is that, like, how's this going to come back to me on me is the main freak out.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's probably why our industry people don't last forever. They're like, I'm out of here.
Very true.
Everything's my fault.
Not only that, but it's like when things do go off the rails, and even if it's a small thing, it's like the guest wants maximum everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my remote control didn't work. I want my stay comp.
For a remote control.
Look,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
seriously.
look, that's a little bit hyperbolic, but effectively it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people that, oh, God. Well, we had an incident the other day. A room attendant went in, threw away a few items that were in the refrigerator. It was $20 worth of drinks. Guest wanted, like, everything comped. How about we start with getting you back your $20 in drinks?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll even throw you a few dollars more to make it right. It's
Yep.
like, come on. I
People
just,
are greedy.
like we've talked about this before. I do not understand why it is that people have the perception that the hotel industry is one that you can just barter with.
So, kind of on that note, this was on Valentine's Day. I have a new hire, and it was her second day. We were in the back training on our operating system, and we were listening to videos. Like, it wasn't that quiet back there, and I was explaining things. All of a sudden, I start hearing screaming. So I don't even say anything to her. I just take off running and run to the front desk and go out there, and I'm like looking, and there's this guy literally yelling louder than I think I've ever heard at the top of his lungs at my front desk agent. And I immediately go around the desk and stand in front of the guy and just like look at him like, are you serious right now? And the guy kind of looks at me and he's like, who are you? And I was like, I'm the hotel manager. What are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm talking to him right now. I said, no, you're not. You're talking to me. Why don't we go ahead and take a walk? He's like, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm like, okay, you have two options. Ooh. Option A.
Welcome to Bill's world.
Yes. You go ahead and you go take a walk. You calm down. You come back and we can discuss whatever it is you're upset with. Option 2, you don't, and I kick you out. Which is it going to be?
Well, you always take option A.
Option A is the best option. I mean, come on, look, for anybody out there, it doesn't matter what industry, option A, take option A.
Yes.
If anyone ever gives you option A or B,
Take option A.
Yes.
take it.
To which they take hidden door number C, where they, continue.
I love that this is now a thing.
Yes, it is.
More than that, I love that it started out with option A, then went to option number 2, and then went to option number C.
Oh, yeah, that one.
No. Thank you, Grand Crew.
Yes.
Right?
Your Pinot Noir has gotten us to where we are right now.
True that. But so this guy is so angry. Well, his wife's with him, and she kind of calms him down for a second, but you can still see he's angry. She's like, look, I'm really sorry. My husband's just really upset. We reserved a suite, and we talked to someone, and they said we were going to get the presidential suite. And this is not the presidential suite. And I said, okay, well, let me look into that. And then he starts yelling again. And I turned to him and said, sir, I can understand you're upset, but being upset does not give you the right to abuse me, my staff, or raise your voice in any way. He said, I'm not abusing you guys. And I said, you're yelling, and to us, that is abuse. Well, I was yelling at that guy.
Oh.
To which he points, not to me or my desk agent, to a guest checking in next to us, to which it was a smaller little Asian man who then just looks deer in the headlights like, what the hell did I do? And he points to the guest.
He had the presidential suite.
No, the guy was just standing there and just looks like, what did I do? And I look at him and I'm like, no, we're not doing this. And later he walks away and I was like, why are you yelling at anyone? He's like, he looked at me funny. And I was like,
you're joking.
No. And this little sweet little guy was just like, what the hell did I do? And I was like, just go to your room. And so I kind of de-escalate the guy a little bit. And I was like, all right, we're getting off track here. We're going back to those two options. I said, option A, and I refreshed the options. And the wife is like, look, we don't want to cause any trouble, but what your colleague was giving us was $100 off our room rate because we didn't get the presidential suite. And I said, honestly, that's more than I would have given you guys. You were in an awesome room, and I won't take that offer that he gave you away, the $100 a night. That's the best you're going to get. So you take that right now or you leave. Those are the only two options. To which then walked away, and they're like, we'll go ahead and take it.
Oh,
and stormed off.
So he learned.
Yeah.
He learned about option A.
Yep. And I guess his wife kind of calmed down or something because I was like, done. No. And
at that point, honestly, I wouldn't have given him anything. I would have told him that offer was off the table.
Well, I kind of said that to a point, but then his wife was apologizing. And I was like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out. I think you guys should find another place to stay. And she's like, no, we're really sorry. We're sorry. He's so upset.
No. Done. Once you make that decision, stick by it, get him out. Done.
Yeah.
Can I ask, though, what room were they put in?
They were put in a better room than the presidential.
Seriously?
So our presidential is just big. But it's not even that big. It's still
like a
corner
master
suite. It's
okay.
not. It has some more furniture and things like that. But the suite they were put in is the next floor down, and it's still a big room with a living space, but it has an outdoor patio and a balcony, a sitting area outside. So it's a better room. And we were trying to tell him that, but he just wouldn't stop screaming. And so they went up there, and I told the front desk, and I said, I'm like, if I hear one peep from him, he's gone. Only one peep. One peep. To which 10 minutes later, they just came down and said, yeah, we're really sorry that we yelled. We think we're going to go. And the desk agent's like, I think that's a good idea. Have a good night.
Perfect.
But yeah, it was to what you were saying, this entitlement and this bargaining. They were yelling to try to get a better deal than $100 off. And I'm like, I wouldn't even give you that. Why don't you get out?
For a better room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Entitlement in our industry is always it with the guests. Like I said, the bartering program, come here and be like, how much are you in? $150? I'll pay $130. Be like, you know what? That sounds like a sweet deal. Let's do it. I guess for mine to piggyback off of that is the entitlement is one of the biggest issues inside is the front desk was always the room key and the name on the room.
Oh, God, this is today.
You're not registered. All of a sudden, I had to buy flowers for people before because they're just screaming wanting a room key. And you explain to them, be like, I don't know you don't know me, you're not on the room.
Yeah.
I don't know what situation we have. We had a situation in a previous hotel that someone gave out a key to an unregistered guest. He went up and stole the kids from the room.
Are you? No.
Stole the kids, yeah. If you guys would have been in Garden Grove area in 2016, you would have heard the Amber Alerts, tried escaping on the airport with a gun and 5 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I won't go into that story because this is a Valentine's Day, guys. Here. So here is the story.
We'll save that one.
Are you ready? Yes. We'll save that one for another one, but that's pretty much the story. So this one is a good one. So lovely little lady checks in. She's wearing a nice dress. This is several years ago on Valentine's Day, and she goes, I'm going to have multiple visitors.
Oh, no.
She just estimate her age was around in the 60s. I think it was 66 years old.
So you're thinking like grandkids or like friends?
Multiple visitors on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I did think that for the nanosecond until this woman goes, they're going to be younger men.
Someone's got a kink.
This seems different on Valentine's Day.
You're like grandkids?
Well, look, mathematically, 30 goes into 70 more times than the other way around.
Oh, yeah, goes into?
But
So I'm working the front desk. First guy comes in, his name's on the room, he gets a key, goes up. Probably about an hour later, comes back down, hands the key. Woman comes back down. She's like, I'd like to add another name to this room.
Oh, my.
The gentleman's coming down here.
Wait. She didn't just call.
No, she came down and wanted to make sure it was good. She was so sweet. She bought a couple snacks from the gift shop, seemed a little bit.
Well, she needed snacks for her party.
I mean, no alcohol. Didn't seem like we sold alcohol, but she didn't purchase it. You didn't know. She's like, there's going to be another gentleman here. It's like, you guys are always so nice. Sweetest girl in the world.
Aww.
And she's like, but she did say, she's like, some of the guests will be rowdy to get up there. Just keep them down here. She's like, it's all exciting. It's all in good fun. So she went back up again.
Yeah, I hope they're all having fun.
Yep. She checked in around 3 o'clock. So about 7 o'clock, because my shift started at 3. I started to question it. I was like, why are all these guys going up here? Obviously, your mind goes other which ways. About 7:15ish rolls around, and this guy's like, I need to get in that room now. I'm like, whoa, your name's not on the reservation. He's like, you know who's going up. There's multiple guys going up there. I need to get in that room right now. I'm like, okay, who are you?
Oh, my God.
No one answers in the room, and no one's answering. Like, can't get in the room. So he's screaming at me. He wants in the room immediately.
What the?
Yep.
Wait, pause. Miss B, who do you think this man is?
Like her husband or
I was thinking her son.
He's probably mid-30s.
I was thinking her son.
Maybe, yeah. Remember, there's been, so about every hour, we're at 7, so we're about at man number 6. No, man number 4 or 5 now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, each
I'm impressed.
About an hour. Yeah, no, don't know about that. She didn't even put up a sweat. She had to be, she was 66, 67 based on, because I had no idea to check her in. So the guy was really angry, so finally I call and get an answer. And she's like, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm coming down to solve this.
Oh, my God.
So I stop right here. I'm like, look I had my doubts on this room. I'm not going to be quite honest. What's going on? There's a lot of guests here. We're getting a lot of foot traffic. I need my hotel's protected. She's like, I'm going to tell you what I do.
Oh, no.
I was like, okay. She's like, these men have wives that are illegal in other states, and I translate for them. Oh. And she's like, every day on Valentine's Day, I offer this service.
Oh, my God.
And the person who was trying to get up there was trying to speak to his wife, who did write a letter saying that she wouldn't be available over the phone during the time. And he just got the letter and was running up.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Wait, so
we're horrible.
Confused.
We're horrible people.
I am so confused at the moment.
Wait, so she was translating letters?
Translating, just talking to him. I guess they have wives who they don't know how to correctly translate over the phone. She makes a connection via the phone.
You don't get it?
Speaking.
I think Grand Crew has been powering a little too hard this evening because I'm a little lost.
Oh, I get it. That's so sad.
It was sweet. It was a night Valentine's Day. Didn't mean to excite, but it all made sense afterwards because she did have a microphone thing set up that's kind of like a meeting space.
I still think they were making dirty movies.
I'm a translator. I'm a translator that, oh my God.
That's a great cover story.
Bed was not even used.
Oh, right. Well, you don't have to use the bed.
She's 66. She's not going to go on the floor.
Yeah, I would say she was, because you have to look at the idea ahead, it was like 66, but it's weird was that she had so many visitors.
Okay. But what's even weirder, why a hotel room?
That's what I couldn't quite figure out. Opposed to her house. And I even felt bad when she told the story. The guy went in the room. I'm like, holy cow, this is heartbreaking. Go talk to your lover.
That's in another country that you can't communicate with.
See, I think the reason I was lost on all that is that I was waiting for the left turn to be something really, really scandalous.
No, I didn't want to go dark with it. We talked about loves, and I thought that was a very beautiful story. That was.
I think that's great.
Obviously, we can't tell the hotel rep, the other one that we worked at, but it was really nice, and it did make sense, and actually was confirmed by one of the gentlemen stopping by later on. He was excited. He actually brought flowers to the girl.
I get to talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Wow.
Weird.
No, the hotel that Mike and I were...
I'm a romantic, apparently. The only one in the room.
Shut your mouth. No, so the hotel that Mike and I worked at was not that hotel. We didn't get the warm and fuzzy stuff.
No.
We got the...
You got the down and dirty?
We got the down and dirty stuff.
Got any good stories?
Valentine related?
Or down and dirty related?
One of my favorites, we got a call from this woman that was complaining that her sink was clogged. This is at the hotel that you and I worked at. And so we go up to take care of the clogged sink. Yeah, she's got her vibrator sitting right there on the side of the sink. It's like,
God.
No shame.
Did
can
you
you
try
please
to?
put that away?
Did you try to unclog it with it? Or what?
That is like no filter for gas. I remember when I went up, this was my first hotel, which would have been in Michigan. It was a full service property, and this was back in the day. I don't know if you guys were even alive, but this is when you could still purchase videos or movies up there. So it was like the $89 porn package. Anyway, let's do there.
What?
So I get a call up saying his movie's not downloading because it used to.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, and like usually people watch it for 5 minutes, say they didn't watch it, and then
That's crazy.
Return
they
it.
fight it at they fight it at the desk when you have to print it out. And you're like, you did purchase it. You can't cancel it for 30 seconds. I get the call saying his movie's not working. It's because sometimes it gets stuck in the beginning about opening. I don't know what it was, but sometimes they don't open. So I go up there to assist to see if I can reset it, and open the door. I was like, oh, you having trouble with your TV? He's like, my porn's not working. Guy sitting on the chair, I'm like, this is super awkward.
Where is no shame.
He's just sitting on the chair. I'm trying to make it work because it's on a TV.
He might have just wanted to watch.
Oh my God, I'm just picturing him being like, dance for me, boy.
so
Canoeing with Burt Reynolds here or something?
yeah,
Squeal like a pig.
I find it did wind up resetting and working, but after that he's
And then
like,
what'd you
make sure
say?
you don't get charged. I was
Run
like,
away?
Well, it works now. Yeah, I walked through it.
Have a great night. Enjoy.
And this guy was like, make sure I'm not charged twice. I'm like, you jerk.
Yeah, he was jerking something.
Plan on being your in-room support for your porn.
Oh my God.
Valentine's Day story about the sex toy.
Ooh.
So I get a call from a lady. Said she left the sex toy in her room. She didn't mean to leave it in there, but it's called, how'd she say it?
She used the name?
Yeah, because it has a name. I had to look it up. We all looked it up. Well, actually, we got to see it, but it's called an octopus arm. Anything?
Are you
Multiple
kidding?
colors.
Are you kidding?
Huh.
No, 3.5 feet in length. I don't know how you get it in here, how you get it out. Didn't ask questions.
The octopus... okay, moving on.
So I got a call from her saying she left inside the room. So before I could pick up the phone, I get a call from the housekeeping supervisor. Someone said, we don't know what's underneath the sheet, but we believe it's a dead dog. And I'm like, would it possibly be room? And I give the room number. I think
It's
it was
an
334.
octopus.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, why? What's up? I'm like, someone said they left something inside that room. Is it on the bed? You got to come see this, boss. We think it's a dead dog. I was like, it's not a dog. I'll come get it. It was. It was like rainbow colored, and it was like squirrely, and it was almost 3 feet in length, so we're like this long.
What?
Like a cone shape, but it was swiveled. Not sure. It's like an octopus arm. I think that's the name of it.
An octopus arm.
Yeah, the front desk Googled it. Crazy.
That's wild.
I was going to say, Miss B, you have a lot of Googling to do.
I
I
do.
know.
So much homework.
Are you Googling?
Yes, I'm going to Google this right here, right now. Come on.
Is that what you've been doing on your phone?
Crazy.
This whole time just
Octopus arm
Googling,
sex
shall
toy.
we say?
Is that your favorite
Insane.
toy that's been found in a room?
You know what? I think it is. I don't think I've really located just like the plain. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. This one's actually just recent. Sorry, like I don't really give ages about the stories to say, but this one
Right.
actually just happened. Where this Valentine's Day, we have a houseman work for us. Amazing guy. He's just one that just wants to do his job. Always really happy to do it. And so he's coming down and he's changing out his gloves. And he says, "Oh, boss had to change out the gloves. I had lube all over it." I'm like, what's his name? Like, why'd you got a lube in your hands? He's like, oh, had to remove the large blow up doll that was in there that's full of lube. I'm like,
Oh my God. What?
I'm like, let me see where this is going. So I called the housekeeping supervisor. She's like, no one told me. She's like, housekeeper. So it was a thing in the housekeeping department. They had to get it out of there. It was probably about 4 feet.
Life
4
size?
feet. Yeah, life size. Life size.
They had a real good Valentine's Day. Oh my
petite.
God.
Really weird.
Petite life size.
No, not petite at all. This one was very large. Yeah, and older, Asian of this.
What?
Yeah, really big. Yep, hole in mouth and bottom part.
Whoa.
All the
Full
holes.
of lube. I mean, tell you, well, actually, I really don't know how it was. Based upon the gloves and the sheets, full lube. But anyway, he
All of
actually
the-
threw
Why
in
do
the
you need
garbage.
that much?
All of the
Sorry.
orifices?
Orifices. 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 Sorry.
He threw it out in the dumpster area. And then by the time
isn't that where you're supposed to put it? It's
absolutely,
trash.
absolutely, yep, it
She's
was
just
trash.
sitting there shocked to be there.
Yep. just Deer in headlights.
Sorry, go on, ignore me.
There's real people listening to this that probably haven't been like, oh my gosh, I left that below excise doll in there.
Oh my god! Oh no,
it has to be
Mary!
worth a lot of money.
Tears.
Do you know, one of the housekeepers actually did say that those are expensive. I'm like, how do you know?
From experience.
Wow. But just the amount of lube in this thing, I was like, why'd you just pour it all over? Like, you just not know where it went or what, huh? Anyway,
I'm crying.
we put it in the dumpster area, and the taking back part about all of this, surprisingly enough of the whole story, was when two homeless people decided to steal it out of the dumpster. And the only thing I could imagine...
It's only slightly used.
The only thing is the point of view from them to us is seeing 9 people staring out windows at different positions. Saying, that's the blow-up doll. As it's running across our parking lot.
It's in tandem with two hobos.
Now, if you guys can remember this Valentine's Day, if you're in the Inland Empire, you know the winds were high, so they didn't quite hold on to it, so wound up in the next door neighbor's one in the Costco parking lot.
Oh no, she must have been
You're
so
kidding.
shocked.
Now they couldn't hold on to
Flying
it.
away. Oh no.
Did her open mouth help her fly?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Okay. I think we have to have an unofficial rule moving forward with these that we don't actively Google results during the podcast.
Are you in a rabbit hole?
Shuck.
I'm not in a rabbit hole.
You're in an octopus hole?
An octopus was in a hole.
Huge.
The Geluminous.
Geluminous?
Oh. It's anime inspired.
Oh.
Let's see, what was this one? The Kraken.
Wait, are they still like arms?
Yeah, there's an
In arm length?
There's an octopus.
This thing was huge.
Octopus tentacle version.
I mean, I don't know how you could you got to really work it. Like, I'm trying to, it's not going to go just in.
No, I have a theory. Is it meant to be double-ended for multiple people?
Okay, we're talking about love in the air, Valentine's Day. Back to it, guys.
Love it.
Okay. Working at the full-service property, the previous concierge that was leaving, he reminded me of this couple. This couple is a gentleman who works at a pharmaceutical company. He travels to work for a living.
Okay, gotcha.
So he did warn me. The second day, he's like, oh, you're the new guy. He goes, I just want you to know that me and my wife always like to spice it up. So sometimes we come dressed in costume.
Spice it up.
And we don't bother anybody. We just have a few drinks. The drinks are complimentary. You just fill out your own slip. You make your own drink, or I can make it for you. And you get the hors d'oeuvres and you move along. And so...
Wait, make your own drink?
Yep, it's all complimentary.
Nice.
It was. I'm not sure if they still do that.
They
as far
charge
as
now.
They charge now. It used to be complimentary.
Well, and post-COVID, you're not touching anything.
We brought back buffets, so.
Oh, okay.
Things are back.
Anyway,
Yeah.
continue. Sorry to interrupt.
And so it would happen once a week, and it usually was a Friday because that was their day, I guess.
That was their spicy night.
It was their spicy night. It was. So I didn't
Freaky
really,
Fridays.
What day of the week?
and I thought, it was going to be
Freaky
maybe
Friday.
playing Stranger. I was like, what's going on? I wasn't given warning on what all it was.
Oh.
The costumes, immaculate, Hollywood style. The guy walked in and he had a Navy outfit. She had a 1950s nurse outfit.
Oh.
It wasn't, and even with the Navy, it was really with the Navy outfit. He looked so regular to the T. Some guy's like, "Thank you for your service, sir," and the guy's like, "Oh no, thank you."
Can you
Stay in character.
do you admit, bro, it's just a costume?
Yeah. What do you say to that?
But I think you have to play along with it. You're in character. You're in full
All the way.
costume.
All the way. And they used to stay perfectly in character. If he was a naval officer, she was a nurse. If he was a doctor,
so cute.
I think
They
she was
had to follow the storyline
Yeah, to the T. Until one day they walked
for their
in,
sexy night.
and this guy walked in with a straight up bear costume.
Okay, that's
Like
taking it to another
I was like,
level.
Fuzzy.
Yep, she
A
walked
furry?
in with the blue,
Furry,
yeah,
that's
like a
it.
furry, like a furry. Didn't really know what it was, and they proceeded to talk like this,
Shut up.
completely awkward for a solid 2 hours.
Was she a bear too?
She was a bear too. She was a blue one. He was a brown one. Sorry,
She was a blue
Furries.
bear,
blue bear,
Like a Care Bear.
Care Bear,
like bright blue.
like a lighter blue.
Did they get banned
after
after
that?
that?
Had to be expensive.
No, but that loses it for me. It's not authentic. It's not real.
No, that was the only time they did out of the characters because they did returning military person. He had a
I
military
thought you were going
outfit
to say
on.
Return of the Jedi.
No, they did do Star Wars once. They were very big into costume and character, and it always was meet there because the
Well, if you have I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this. Bill,
I know.
for those listening, Bill
for
has
the
been
last 20 seconds, Liz and I have been looking at each other sideways like, we got to say something, but you got to let him roll with it.
Are we still on the bear?
But I thought you were making fun of me.
I was.
Okay, so the gentleman is in a brown bear costume. Like I'm thinking like very realistic looking, like a true bear. And this girl's like in a bright electric blue bear suit. It's just not realistic. I'm trying to think of like making it feel real. It's not real.
That one was not real. He didn't look like Chewbacca.
Am I so like off pace here?
No, no. Moving on.
The brown bear.
I'm sorry.
The brown bear did not look that real. That's it. How didn't really have like the darkness to it. And
how long did they do this before they got banned?
No, they never got banned.
So like a light chocolate.
No,
brown.
they still do it. Hopefully to today. I thought that was a healthy relationship. I was like, wow.
Damn it,
really
Liz, are we still on the color of the bear?
Yeah,
she's still there.
Because he used to come in there every single day, nicest guy in the world, and he used to. So like people leaving always look like weird, and he was always reminded like, it's just a lovely couple. They always role play. Don't worry about it. I was like, well, you just bro that clever. But yeah, it was a nice story to like that couple that constantly tried to spice up the relationship.
Cute.
It's good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
They never bothered anybody ever. The whole 3 years I was there. So
sounds like the Man of Steel really performed.
There's a phrase that I heard from a comedian, and he says there's a foot out there for everybody. Like there's a kink out there for everybody. Everyone's into something.
Yeah.
So that truly proves
That's
it.
cute.
Role play. Good for them.
Pot for every lid.
I did watch
that's a better way of putting it.
And my mother says that.
That's weird.
That's funny.
Good times, guys.
Anybody have any a-holes of the week?
You know, I always do, but let's let someone else share.
A-holes of the week.
I'm trying to think.
I've got one. I'll throw this one out there, and you guys can marinate on your stories.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I get this guy that comes down that is upset, and he's yelling at the front desk. Front desk calls me to come down and talk to this guy. So I go downstairs, and the guy immediately starts going off about the F in this, the F in that, blah, 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 blah. So I said, you know what? Come with me. Let's have a seat. I want to hear what you have to say. So I take him away from the front desk. We sit down on the couch, and I said, please share with me what your concerns are. So he tells me about how the first room that they had effing stank. They moved to a different room. That room smelled like ass, and it goes on and on and on. Just belligerent and a jerk.
Lovely.
Yeah, one of those kind of people that you just don't want to deal with.
No, or help.
No, because I know that everything that's about to come out of this guy's mouth is, I'm not going to say a lie, but it's
highly embellished.
It's being embellished, yes. So he tells me how he's a platinum member and how he wants compensation.
Of course.
Now, he's only been there one night. I said to him, I understand that you're unhappy. I can certainly understand that this is inconvenient. I said, but based on everything that you've shared with us, truly the best thing for all parties is that if you would have contacted the front desk, let them know that you were dissatisfied at the time, we could have helped make things right on the day of your check-in. We could have made it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
He starts going off again about effing this, effing that, effing that. I'm a platinum member, blah, 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 blah. I want compensation. So I said, let me take a look at your account. I'll be back with you in just a minute. So I go take a look at the account, and the room rate on the account is really low. It's a L&R, a locally negotiated rate. It's a local company that does a lot of business that comes through the hotel. So I go back to the guy and I said, I apologize for what happened. I want to make it right. I'm going to go ahead and take your room charges off for last night. He looks at me and goes, that doesn't help me.
Oh.
I said, I'm sorry. He goes, my company pays for the room. That doesn't benefit me at all.
I hate when they say that.
So you're not actually a platinum member.
Well,
come on.
Yeah, so there's that aspect as well. But then this is what he says that frustrated me and ultimately led me to open a case against him.
Oh, I love it.
He looks at me and he goes, you're going to give me points because that's how I take my family to Hawaii every year.
Oh, crap.
And I'm thinking to myself,
so you're getting rooms paid for by your company, and
Correct.
that gets you a vacation to Hawaii every year.
Well, to me, it
Correct.
sounds like he just threatened them, and then with the points he gets compensated, he takes his family to Hawaii. Like he's making a career threatening and terrorizing front desk agents.
Detective Miss B.
And that
Done it too long.
but that is a violation of the rewards accounts.
The corporate part or the constant complaining part? Or both.
Ultimately it's both, because the payment source and who gets credited for the points should match. Mm-hmm. And they don't, because it's being paid for by the company. But it's going to his points account.
Unless your name is on your company card.
Correct, which it was not.
Of course it wasn't, actually.
Was this recent?
Yeah, this is last week.
Did you call our friend?
No, I did not call on this one.
Oh, should've.
Okay, so you opened a case.
Yeah, so I opened a case against him. I mean, I'm not going to know whether or not anything happens to him.
But at least you feel good about the situation and you can sleep at night.
No, I have insomnia, so no.
Oh, shit.
But it's not because of him.
No, it's not because of him. It's me.
Hospitality rules are written in pencil anyway.
It's true.
Well, I mean,
Light pencil.
people believe it is.
So my A of the week, we're switching up genders, was a female, and she came down to the desk.
Oh, wait, so would this be the B of the week instead of the A of the
the
week?
B of the week.
Ooh, I like that.
Miss B's B of the week.
Whoa!
Sounds like a new segment.
Right? So this lady came down and she was extending her reservation and she asked to use points. And so we're like, oh, okay. And she was extending, you know how we can automatically like create a certificate at the desk? Mm-hmm. Great. Fine and dandy. She goes up on our way. My front desk agent was having trouble attaching the certificate to the reservation. She was telling me, she's like, Miss B, I can't attach that. It's not like letting me. And I was like, why don't you go ahead and call support? So she tries calling them. And this is like all afternoon. She finally gets a hold of them. They're like, we can't help you with this. You need to talk to rewards support or whatever. And she's like, that's weird. Why do we need to talk to them? Then they are like, somebody's going to call you.
Red flag.
And it was just kind of weird. And then around 6 o'clock, I get a call and they're like, yeah, rewards finally came back. They're like, the reason the certificate wasn't attaching was because it was flagged as fraud. And I was like, what do you mean? And we're like, how is that? And they're like, well, we issued the certificate and then whoever's account it was flagged that they didn't do that. And we're like, oh no. And so
the guest is currently occupying the room, not paying for it, not using points.
yes. So I tell the desk agent, because I'm not there anymore, I was like, go ahead and call the guest and let them know that we need a method of payment for their room.
Or vacate.
Because we don't have a method of payment for their room. She doesn't pick up. And I was like, well, keep trying. And so they call and they tell her that. And she's like, I don't know why you guys are calling me now. Why didn't you guys figure this out earlier? I do have a method of payment for my room. Acting very entitled and whatnot. And was like,
she probably waited until after business hours to flag it.
Probably. I don't know. So it was just, she was giving my agents the runaround and they weren't very firm in saying like, just give us a method of payment. And so it goes around and around. And then I get a call from the agent. They're like, she wants to talk to you. I was like, I'm home. I was like, but there's no manager there on duty. I was like, all right, like text me your number. And I star 67 it or whatever to block my number. And I was like, hi, this is the manager, blah, 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 blah. She's like, yeah, I don't know why you guys are bothering me. And I was like, whoa. Okay, we need to stop. She's like, ugh. And I was like, you came up to the desk, you spoke with my agent, and you redeemed points to stay, right? She's like, yeah. And I was like, well, whoever account that is, they reported it as fraud and said they didn't authorize that. Well, it's my aunt's account. It's fine. And I said, okay, is your aunt? And I say the name. And I was like, can I get her number to speak with her? She's like, no, I'm not going to give you that. She's like, this is a family matter. And I said, I'll tell you what the matter is right now. Right now, you have committed fraud and you're occupying a room you haven't paid for. And I'm going to call the police because I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Boom.
And that's what I said. And I'm saying all this and I'm at home. My husband's sitting there right behind me and he's going, oh.
Yeah. She did what we'd say down,
He did what we just did.
Yeah.
But he was sitting there looking at me like, oh my God, this lady, like getting all excited back there. But I was just ripping it. I was like, nope, we're done.
Did it happen to
We're done.
Did it happen to be Valentine's Day?
It's close enough. But she was like, but then she immediately, the attitude went away. And she's like, oh, no, please don't call the police. I'll be there soon. I'll get my stuff out. I said, it is currently, and by the way, this had dragged on for hours. And I said, it is currently 7:30. I'll give you till 8. If your stuff's not out by 8, I'm calling the police. And she's like, oh, okay. And apparently she like ran back or whatever and got her
I wouldn't
stuff.
even have given her that.
Well, I gave her 30 minutes.
I wouldn't even have given her
I
that.
agree with the 30. I don't believe Bill's very cold.
Would you have faked it and be like, I've already called the cops. They're on their way.
Oh, I already
outside your door ready to storm.
I did say that.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have already made a phone call.
Yeah. So we weren't able to get a hold of her for a bit.
Yeah.
So I called the police and I said, I called the non-emergency number for our county. But I talked to them and I told them what was going on. We're like, she's not leaving and, she's not paying. They're like, okay. we'll be there shortly. And so by the time I was able to get a hold of her, I was like, I just want to let you know, I've already called the police. This is done. I'm done. And that's when she started the note, please. But yeah, so she eventually got her and got out. But the interesting thing was, so you know how she was staying on points? She couldn't get a credit card to go through for her incidentals. So I, of course, and these are always the red flags, I, of course, made an exception, and I took in cash, but for like triple the amount. So she'd had cash, hundreds of dollars in cash that she put down. And when she was talking, she's like, am I going to get my deposit back, that cash? And I said, when you check out, you will come down to the desk. A supervisor will go up and inspect that room. And I said, I'm going to be nice. I'm only going to charge you a half day rate. And I was like, but we're keeping that.
Did she pick up
the rest of the money?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, they always do.
Yeah, they always do. And she didn't trash the room, so that's my B of the week.
Don't you ever like wonder, like, what are these people doing staying in this hotel?
Oh, they go right next to the next hotel next door and do the same thing.
Interestingly enough.
But like, I'm always curious.
But remember when Andy was here, we were talking about that guy that was scamming the hotels on certificates as well.
Yeah.
You know, they'll just
That was a good story.
They'll just keep doing it until
They're caught.
They get caught.
The sad thing was, and I'm still confused about this, you guys obviously know that my significant other's a nurse, and this person was claiming to be a nurse and that they were working at the local hospital. But a lot of the stories just didn't match up. No. A lot of stuff she was saying, like, she's like, I'm on a shift right now. It's a 12-hour shift. I can't come and get my stuff out of the room. I said, that's fine. Then we'll go ahead and lock the room, and, you know, the police will escort whoever's in the room out. Oh, that's fine. I can leave right now. And
I thought you weren't there.
From her story, I got the feeling that the kind of nurse she was the one that dressed up in a fake outfit and had lots of cash on hand.
And did role play?
Yes. All right. AO of the week for me. Not a big deal because we go through this a lot. But got a call where a guy didn't want to put on an incidental card.
Shocking.
For those of our listeners who doesn't know incidentals, it's to cover any charge you could make to the room. We do require, all hotels are different. Usually hotels are about $20 to $50 extra added on your card. Very similar to renting only, or it could be 20%.
I've never had mine under 100.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds cheap.
Okay, obviously my other constituents are getting ripped off. Anyway, it is returned if nothing is placed on the room.
In 6 to 10 business days, depending on your banking institution.
Oh my God.
We had a very nice agent at the desk who was asking for the credit card. Guest was reluctant to give. So she came by, she's like, Mike, we have a very upset guest at the desk, and he doesn't want to give a credit card, and we'll check him in. So that's very good of her. So go out there, and I was like, sir, would you take her card? He's like, well, I never did this before. You must be the only person that ever did this. He goes, this is just outrageous. And I was like, well, we won't be able to check you in, so I can cancel out the reservation at no charge, and we'll go from there. And I was like,
bye.
Oh, it's a prepayment, sir, so we're still going to have to keep the money. And he's like, well, you're an a-hole. And I was like, okay, well, no, I'm just not going to let you stay. And he's like,
I'm still keeping your money.
He's like, fine, I don't want to stay anyway. And he's like, wait, before I go, am I going to get my money back? And I'm like, you know what? It's best that you call Hilton, explain the whole situation, that you call me an a-hole and everything, and see if I can get the money back. You have a nice night, sir. I just walked away. Mic drop.
I love it. Mike did the mic drop.
Those are some of the best, though.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, when was the last time these people have stayed in a hotel?
This is every day.
All day.
All day long. This was today.
This
lady was checking
in.
And we authorized, she's like, you guys authorized me for $300.
Yeah.
My company's paying for the room. And I said, well, there's a $75 a night incidental hold, 75 times 3. That's $300. What? I've never had that happen before. And I said, if you've stayed at any hotel, or have you rented a car, both of those two, it's a guarantee.
I think your math is a little off, Miss B.
Yeah.
75, wait. How many days? 4 days?
That'd be 4 days.
Oh.
I often consider myself.
But she stayed 4.
I often consider myself a little bit of hodgepodge of the hospitality industry because I started with full service properties, and quite commonly people stay with those full service properties. Well, I've been to select service properties and actually worked for 2-star properties. I've been to extended stay properties, which are very similar to a Motel 6.
Yeah.
Very different clientele that people just live there. Your rate's usually between $60 to $90 a night. You can imagine what kind of clientele you get from that type of lower end hotel.
Well, also, they know what they're getting.
Yes, it made it very easy, and there's not even a rewards program for those hotels.
No.
Oh.
You check in, you check out.
Your reward is that you don't get hepatitis while you stay here.
Well, you still might, but
The one thing I found out about that hotel, they don't authorize for incidentals.
What?
You check in, they use a little
They
program
just
called
take your
Hotel Kit.
word on it?
Yep, you pay exactly if the room's $159, you do the transaction right there, card goes through, key goes up there. The TVs are literally bolted down by 7 bolts to the desk. You literally have to break the TV to rip it off.
I will say, I stayed at one of those properties once in my life.
And you got hepatitis.
No, I was coaching a water polo tournament, and I didn't want to drive like the 2+ hours back, like 2 days in a row. So I was like, let me just find a hotel like 30 minutes outside of town. And it was
Now you have a crew of people that
No
work
hotel,
at the
motel.
big...
2-star hotel.
a 2-star motel, maybe a 1-star. And I kid you not, I did not sleep that night. I couldn't. The walls were so thin. I could see under the door. I was just scared.
Yeah.
I would have rather like slept in my car, to be honest. But yeah, I checked in and they were through like a window.
Yeah.
Not even no lobby, like through a window. And they were like, okay, cash or card? I'm like,
Yeah.
people pay cash for this?
Did they have,
bulletproof window.
Did they have the drawer that slid out?
Yes.
Like a gas station?
Yes. Like the Taco Bell.
That's what you have. It's weird.
True.
You just don't get used to it. So.
I mean, yeah, to be asked like cash or card. I was like, card?
Do you
I think.
take cards? Well, now you have friends that work for nothing but the big box brand, so you don't have to risk your safety.
Well, now I just make good enough money. Like, even if it's a lower end hotel, it's higher end than that.
Bulletproof glass.
I think there's a little too much red wine going on tonight.
Yeah.
True that.
What kind of railing?
Brought together by Oak Farms.
Valentine episode. Yeah,
Valentine
railing.
episode.
Got it.
Clink.
There have been so many puns that I've like held back on too.
Oh, I know. I've bitten my tongue a few times tonight. Birds of a feather here.
Birds
what
of
time-
a feather.
One thing I did walk into for Valentine's Day, at least over 400
Derailings.
candles. I know, derailings.
Oh, I was going to say 400 times. What?
No, candles inside a room.
Why do
400?
people do that?
It was just covered everywhere with these
That's
little
such a
candles.
fire hazard.
Like with
huge.
fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God, people are...
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Don't you get scared with candles like in your own house?
Yes! I literally trying to go to sleep, and I knew there was a candle in the bathroom, and then I was having like daymares of the house burning down and the baby dying, so I had to go blow it out.
That was like
Wouldn't that be
something
technically a nightmare?
But it was daytime.
But you were going to sleep?
Taking a nap.
I'm allowed to take naps.
Just a mother with a husband
Hey,
and a
when
2-year-old
baby
able
sleeps-
to take a nap.
When baby sleeps, mom sleeps. Okay?
You know, yeah, that very valid point. You know, for all the people that are like single that talk about vacations and, you know, I'm going on vacation for like 3 weeks.
No,
Once
your
you-
life is a vacation.
Once you have a kid, your vacations are like
Nap
3
time.
hours.
3 hours. My kids never slept that long.
Oh, my kids did.
Oh, so lucky. Yeah, the hour and a half, max 2 is mommy's nap time too.
You didn't
So
train
we
her
just
good
totally
enough.
stole your thunder. I'm
No,
sorry.
no. I had no
You gotta
thunder.
train
No, that
your-
was it.
train
I just
your
thought
kid
that was
to
so
sleep.
weird that there's just so many candles in there. It was just
That is
insane.
terrible.
I was like, they're going to burn this place down. I was like, there's some kind of satanic rituals going on here.
I'm just saying, I'm a mother too.
Dogs don't count.
Yeah,
Were you guys there?
fur children are different.
Dogs are different than cats.
Yeah, I know. They're better.
Dogs are better, yes.
Yes, I'm in concurrence.
Okay.
Dogs are better than humans.
Not my dogs. My dogs
Fact.
eat stuff. They eat everything.
Yeah, and they're still better than humans.
No, I have an angel baby. Miss B can confirm.
She has an angel baby.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Tangent. Where
Tangent.
were we? I
Dog
know.
mom probs.
Like, I remember when my
course.
accounting agent liked to roll a fake cockroach inside her drop envelope, and I was there doing deposits,
You're
and I unraveled,
kidding.
like, ah! And all of a sudden, director of sales come around, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like, do you not see the... It's fake. It's totally fake. Don't worry about it. Everyone go back. It's cool. It's cool. I had a
wanna do that now.
housekeeper ravel up a stuffed possum in a blanket. As I was... And so... I freak out. I get emotional, okay? And so I was unraveling, and the possum came out. I literally jumped and hurled myself out the wall. And
That's funny.
Shamika, the housekeeper, came running down with a broom, and she's like, "Who we killing, Mike? Who's in there?" No, I'm jealous.
How do we even find our way back?
I don't know. We veered left on this one. I never got to tell my Christmas story. That was the worst thing ever, and I really wanted to tell the world because it actually happened at our hotel.
Well, you know what? Let's go there then.
I want to hear it.
Tell it
This is
now.
real true. So, okay, guys, I don't want to lose you guys, but this really happened at our hotel.
I'm so
And I
excited.
still have it on my old
which,
iPhone.
Which hotel?
Our hotel that we worked at, all three. Can we say it? So we got a gentleman who walks in. It's July-ish. He walks in. He's got a red shirt that says, "If you don't ask, you don't believe." He's got white suspenders.
I remember
this. I'm
Yep.
so sorry. I remember this.
This is all true.
Okay, well, Miss Liz doesn't, so
There we go. So he's
Pump the
got
brakes.
he's got the eyeglasses really small. He's
I'm
got
sorry.
a great cut
Can you
beard.
repeat what his shirt says?
If you have to ask, you don't believe. It's red.
Okay.
He's got white suspenders.
Shut
Yep.
the f-
White
I'm
hair.
sorry.
This really happened, and so parents hate me till today because I tell this story. He's got a black engraved belt all around with gold trim. He's got big black boots. He's got white suspenders.
The whole thing.
Whole get up. He walks in there. He goes, "I'm going to need a room for Christmas Eve. I'm going to be on this Western Hemisphere, and I may want to take a nap. So
Are
just one
you
room.
kidding me? No.
My name is
Santa
Saint
Claus.
Nicholas." I was like, oh, okay. Well, welcome, all
geeking
Santa. I was on the far thing, dude. Everyone's staring at him, and I'm like, we're in this.
Do you
Not very
say?
tall.
Do you say, "Hello, Sir Nick"?
I maintain my composure.
He asked
Can
for
I-
his photo ID.
Can I have your ID and credit card, please, sir?
That gentleman hands me an ID, and it looks real. It says he lives on 1200 North Pole Way.
Okay.
I asked him, will there be anybody joining with you? Oh, no. Mrs. Claus is going to be in the North Pole. She doesn't come with me. Do you have any vehicles? No. The reindeer will just
No,
be on
the
top of
reindeer will be on the roof with the sleigh.
Didn't break character one time. Not one time. I was fully convinced after I seen the idea that this is Santa Claus. Fully convinced. Fully convinced. This isn't a mall Santa. This is real happening here. I'm not lying. So
Okay, wait. Beard and all?
beard, yep, beard and
Everything.
all. And the glasses had little designs in them. The belt had the gold trim.
Like
had
little snowflakes
like this
engraved?
wasn't no cheap. Yes, this wasn't no cheap Santa.
Okay. Did he have a hat? Was he bald?
No hat.
Did he have
no
hair?
Hat. Nope. He had bald and little red hair right here. Little
Okay,
red hair.
okay.
Yep.
Continue. Sorry.
He makes his whole reservation. He's just going to be in the West End. So he slept for a couple hours because he's got to give presents, I imagine, everybody else. We make the reservation. He leaves. He calls back and asks for me in particular. Gets transferred to my office.
I remember this.
He cancels the reservation. He says, I won't be needed today. I'm going to push through. And I said,
I don't need a nap. I need to deliver presents.
So I go, sir, if you're really the real deal, I was like, how do you really deliver all those presents? He goes, it's quite easy. Think about it. Who's really nice through the whole year? He goes, think about that. My job's easy. You have a
So
nice
he
night.
delivers presents to all of the children who are actually nice all year, and all the other people are faking it. So it's not that many.
It's the real Santa. Till the day I met the real Santa. He walked inside our hotel.
So wait,
The real
wait,
Santa
wait.
happened there, a dead son. He did not break character once, and he knew everything to say.
It's true. And the thing is, didn't he give you a business card and we kept it?
He did.
I remember this. And
Oh, I
we were
would've
like,
framed that.
never throwing this away.
Where is it?
I have follow-up.
I don't know.
I have follow-up questions.
Go ahead.
The driver's license looked real.
Completely real.
Is there any way to verify that?
No, because as in our system, you can't swipe it. Usually, like if
Yeah.
you're at that 2-star
We're
hotel that we
not
talked about,
bartenders.
you can swipe it. But on the back, it had a black strip on it. It
Like,
had information of
looked
any
real.
like ADA, give everything to the T.
Okay, his credit card.
I didn't get the credit card for the reservation.
Because of the type
Just
of hotel
yeah,
it
just
was.
like- no.
You didn't
Because
need-
we're at this hotel. I just
Okay.
didn't get the credit card to hold the reservation. I was kind of like starstruck. I don't know why.
So did he pay for the reservation?
Nope, because he's just booking it, so he's going to pay when he,
He
gets
was
there.
just okay.
he was
For
booking
Christmas.
for December 20 or
So
what-
he stopped into the hotel
Just one afternoon.
prior to the holiday season.
Yep.
Correct.
That's why I was wearing the shirt that says, just a shirt that says, if you have to ask, you don't believe.
Okay, and you were like, okay, I'll make
Red shirt,
Sir,
white
Sir
writing.
Nicholas.
Yep.
I remember it. That'll
I'll
never
make
leave
your
my brain.
reservation. You are all set for December 24th.
And
Bye, Santa.
and everybody that I question about this, I've checked mall Santas in. Mall Santas don't stay one night. They stay a week. This was Santa Claus. And do you know what the best thing is? I tell every kid this that doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And I'm like, you have
I've
to
met
be there.
him.
I met Santa Claus. He
And
walked
guess
into our
what?
hotel.
He's never gone to your house.
Yep. He walked into our hotel.
True that.
I guess there really
That
was
happened.
only 3 options, though. That he was either A, the real Santa.
You always take option A.
Yes.
Sorry, did I ruin it?
Option B is completely insanity.
Option B is that he was a fake. Or option C.
Mental hospital.
Crazy.
No, he was the husband from that hotel in Michigan that you worked at that they would stay in character.
Oh my God.
Just aged.
He came to visit
He knew
you.
he came to visit.
He was like a second or third cousin
Oh my
that
God.
found you.
That's
Just
what
a-
it is. It's always option C.
always
It's always
the one.
option C. It's one you never see coming.
Actually, everyone who's ever listened to the podcast, it's not option A. It's actually option C.
No,
At least that's what
no,
they
no, no,
take.
no, no.
That's the one
Wait,
that's
wait, wait.
taken.
No. Option A is the best option that you give.
True, Dad.
Option C is the left turn, unexpected,
Unadvertised option.
Yeah.
We know what you're
curveball.
saying. We know. We get it.
I'm sorry. It was
I
too
forgot
much
about that.
wine.
Blame it on the
Claus.
grapes.
We met Santa Claus. He walked in there and
I'm almost positive.
I'm convinced.
like it was so crazy how like he had an answer right away, spot on.
Yeah.
He leaned into it.
Not
he's been-
phased.
Guys, he probably lives for that. He
not
just goes
his-
to hotels and makes
I have a picture
reservations.
because remember
Yeah.
I ran to the security. Remember the security room that had
Yeah.
recorded him coming in. I'm like, this is Santa Claus.
He was
Did
dead
you-
set on it.
Did you ask for a photo?
Oh no, I didn't ask for a photo.
Damn.
It went really fast. I should have grabbed the credit card to see what the guy was working with. It's like he's got
That's my only question. Like the ID,
Yeah.
like you can fake.
North Pole Citizen Bank.
I mean, a fake ID these days only costs like $80.
Yeah, I know. I had a pretty good one of Elvis.
You know, pretty good
So-
one of Elvis.
Because where I was from, Michigan, we did Elvis Festival.
And I'm going to defer to Liz's
Yeah.
opinion
Yeah.
on these things. She
Have
seems
I
to be
proved that I'm absolutely deranged in this episode?
Yep.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Why do you think I keep asking you to come back for these?
Dan,
When it was strangers, now I think we're related.
Is that
so we're good to
why?
go.
Yeah.
I thought it was because I'm witty and funny and good company.
Yeah.
and deranged.
Yeah.
And deranged.
Translation is you are kind of weird.
Yeah.
Exactly. You fit in.
Well, when I share about the podcast,
So did the octopus tentacle.
anyway, when I share about the podcast, they're like, "Oh my gosh, what do you talk about?" And I literally say, "I'm just there like to throw in some jabs occasionally. Like I don't have a lot of hotel industry stories. I just have good commentary, I guess." So Bill ends up inviting me back all the time. I think this is the time to wrap it up.
Yep.
So, I mean, I have had an absolute blast with you guys tonight. Thank you so much.
So much fun.
It was a blast. It was good meeting you too.
It was great meeting you and Miss B. It is always a pleasure to catch up.
It is. I feel like, we just kind of rehashed some of the holidays. It was amazing.
It was.
Especially Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day and a Christmas wrap up. Who could ask for more?
Best episode ever.
Who could ask for more? Well, to all those listening, thank you so much for downloading us again, for streaming us again, for finding us on YouTube and Spotify and Apple and oh goodness, just about anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find us. So thank you for listening. We will be back again in a couple weeks.
Bye, friends. Bye.
Yahoo.